What's up, everyone? This is Demetrius Jalepis with Peak Performance Training and Nutrition. Today, we're going to be going over our 40 stance with a few points of emphasis. Our previous two videos that I've gone over, movement prep-wise, has been our downhill running and our wall drill series inside some of it. So today, we're going to focus on our position, our start position, and then also a few cues when we drive out of our starting position. So when we get to our starting position, a big thing is we want to make sure our lead leg, that shin, is parallel as much as we can get it to the ground. Reason for that is we want to drive out and not up from this position, okay? We're in our drive phase. We're trying to reach top end speed as fast as possible. So from here, if this shin angle is straight up, we're going to come straight up, okay? If it's parallel to the ground, that's going to project ourselves out instead of up, okay? So shin angle. With that, we also want our hips higher than our head. This is going to allow us to stay low, driving the entire time for as long as we can until we reach top speed. With that, okay, we want to keep chin tucked because our head will lead us any direction. All right, it's the top of our body. It's going to lead us in the direction we want to go. We have to keep that chin tucked, and it'll allow us to drive and then gradually get into our max velocity or top end speed. So the second thing we want to work on today or go over is we want to make sure that when we're hitting the ground here in our acceleration phase, drive phase, is we want either a toe drag or a low heel strike. We don't want to have long strides because we want to try to get our stride rate to turn over as much as possible, allowing us to hit the ground much quicker and many more times, okay? So we're here, we're going to drive up, having that shin angle down, load. Here's a toe drag to come out. All right, we're dragging our big toe or the front of our toe shoe along the ground for a split second. Allows us to stay close to the ground and know where we're at. Our second one is a low heel strike. With a low heel strike, all right, we're keeping our foot about mid shin height, okay, driving and hitting as many times as we can coming out of the blocks here. So here's a live rep performed in training by an athlete I'm fortunate enough to work with, in Isaiah Fritz. He attends Jefferson High School in Jefferson County, West Virginia. Finished second last year at the 400. Oh, man, dude. I'm not. Okay, so here's a great live rep from an athlete I'm fortunate enough to work with, in Isaiah Fritz. He plays receiver at Jefferson High School in Jefferson County, West Virginia. Finished second team all-conference this past year. And then in track, he is a stud 400-meter runner. So here's a great live rep performed in training by an athlete I'm fortunate enough to work with, in Isaiah Fritz. He is a phenomenal athlete, finished second last year in the 400 meters at States, as well as finished second all-conference as a receiver. He attends Jefferson High School in Jefferson County, West Virginia. So what we'll see is he loads. When we look at his starting position here, he has his knee over his toe, right? That shin angle is towards the ground. Okay, his hips are higher than his head, and his chin is tucked looking at his knee. That first cone that he's going to step to is a foot and a half away from his starting point. Reason for it is we don't want him overextending. We want a low heel strike from him or a toe drag, whatever the athlete is comfortable with. So we see a low heel strike from him right there, okay? And his second step is actually higher, okay? His second step's higher, but he's building. See, his knee drive is going to continue to get bigger as he starts to gradually go into his max velocity phase. Okay, so full speed, he's going to load, great position, low heel strike. Now he's going to gradually get taller as he starts to come out of his drive phase into his max velocity phase. Great example by Isaiah Fritz.